Hi guys, Jay back another FFBE video. So it was announced that we're going to get Alexander Charlotte and Shiva Lasswell for this banner upcoming. I'm not really sure if either of these are worth going for. It's totally up to you. For tanks, it's really hard to say because most tanks are side grade. That means like they each do something specifically good, and Charlotte is one of these cases where she can cover physical and magical. I don't know, kind of like Bash. I don't know if you really need that. Let's take a look at what you can do with her. Okay, here's Heal, MP, Provoke, Imperil Light, Imperil Ice, Physical Mitigation with Defense Boost, Magical Mitigation with Spirit Boost, Attack and Magic Break single target 65%, Dispel, Ice and AoE Ice, and Light Resist, Physical Cover with 5000 MP, Physical Cover with 5000 HP, Magical Cover with 5000 HP, AoE Machine Killer. These cooldown skills help unlock double casts, so then you can cast 2 of these skills at once. Okay, so yeah, cons for Charlotte. She only has 50% passive. I say that's a con because most physical tanks have 80%, so I have to, instead of putting my 20-sided die, I have to waste a slot to put 50% provoke. And then, so you're gonna have to waste another slot to get more evasion in. Is there TMR? Let me take a look at what the TMR does. TMR, defense and spirit 30%, HP 20% when equal with heavy shield, light resistant 40. That's pretty darn awful, to be honest. Give me like at least 40% HP. Armor, 106 defense, 106 spirit. At the start of the turn or when you die, cast 30% mitigation for 99 turns. You can get dispelled. So I don't know if it's Willie's Super TMR gives you 20% HP and a bit higher stats at 110 instead of 106. And besides, my support or my LP can give me a better mitigation than 30%, so yeah, not worth it either. Yeah, so let's take a look. I'm going to do a physical cover. I'm not going to do anything with Lena. Attack break. Cooking. Okay, now we get to Lasworm. I am very underwhelmed. Only good thing is he has 75% passive Dragon Killer and up to 175% active Dragon Killer, but that 100% of it is tied to the 4th turn. It's available on the 4th turn on the cooldown. That's too long. That's not acceptable. Cons, low mods. As for equity user, you always have to worry about building up mods using other skills. Because those skills he kind of uses a lot of MP. Here's 120, 65, 65, so it guzzles quite a bit. Now he does have a nice 120% Imperil to wind and ice, but again, it's tied to a 4-turn cooldown. What the heck? Why is the handicapping him so much? So I'll attempt to do something, but I don't know what. Okay, so triple cast, boost attack, boost mods, and let's imbue ice. Keep in mind that my friend doesn't have Ifrit or killers on, so we're gonna do like terrible weak damage, but still. Is his TMR at least good? Okay, the hat is 48 attack, defense 22, magic 40. Increase attack 30% when equipped with a katana. Increase ice, resist 30%. Decent, but nothing to write home about. What about the clothes? 50% to dragon. And attack 56, defense 32. So even on the global side, we had a unit that gave us 50% to dragon killer already. So even well, 56 attack is pretty high for our clothes, but pass. Cause I already got this already gives me 30% to katana and 21 to attack. Okay, so both of them is pretty much a fail. Okay, because I used a cooldown skill last turn, now I have double cast. So you can do if anything, you can leave your support. The support skills aren't the best. You might be able to. I don't even know if you can leave them at home. They're not that good. But I'm gonna give myself physical and general mitigation. If you need to heal, these are 5,000 heal each. So okay, I'll start to my attack here. I broke last turn. Okay, so what's Lasswell's LB do? His LB is 27 times with ignore defense 50 and decrease ice resistance 120. Ice physical damage, so and it has imperil too. Now again, I'm not gonna do much because my friend unit doesn't have the right Esper on, but because honestly, neither me or my friend unit want to invest any LB pots on this unit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much to say about these units. Will you pull for Charlotte? You gotta ask yourself, do you need Charlotte? So you can always maintain the dual cast up. This lasts 5 turns. On the 6th turn, you can cast this skill. It enables it for another 2 turns. By that time, your cooldown skill should be ready again. Now the problem is that your double cast is tied behind the cooldowns, right? And you fight a lot of bosses because you're the physical tank. They die a lot. So you might lose your double casting abilities because you die a lot. And it takes 4 or 5 turns to get back up. So that's a con. Let's see. What else do you say? Not much else to say. So we got Galuf. I like Galuf. He has some passive evasion, so that opens up a slot. Maybe opens up an equipment slot or material slot. He has 80% passive provoke. Again, it helps you save on your slots. Can help the team fill LB. His LB fills really fast. I usually use Galuf to spam my general mitigation. And then we have Awakened Warrior of Light. It can give you the team physical mitigation. And the best thing about him, of course, is his barriers and his non-dispellable defensive buffs. For those darn bosses that dispels us all the time. I already showed you Charlotte. The one thing I'm bummed about is Psykark and Ignacio. In the JP, they're totally different. He's the tank I use the most in the physical tank. I use the most in the JP version. But he totally got nerfed in the global version, so just cross him out. Me personally, if I were to pull, I'm going to wait for Daisy. Daisy has a cooldown skill that gives the team 70% physical mitigation. That's a highest physical mitigation we have. And she can give herself 60% general mitigation. Not as good as Cecil, who can give himself 75% mitigation every turn. Daisy can give herself 60% every turn. And that also unlocks a skill that gives the whole team 50% general mitigation. And another skill that gives team 3000 barrier. So Daisy is more like a little really good at covering physical, and a little Ignis in her with the 50% on-demand mitigation. So if I had to pull, I would pull for Daisy. Daisy is the same thing too, only 50% provoke. A physical tank should at least be 80, but whatever. So yeah, guys, let me know if you're gonna take the time to pull for any of these. You might want to wait for next week because we're getting, I don't know 100% next week, but if you really want a Dragon and Reaper killer, Reagan's coming out. He just eats up Reapers and Dragons, and as you know, we do Dark Visions. We fight Dragons a lot. And then, who else is it? Tetra Phasalis? I can't remember who are we missing. Black Lashmi Lid? I forgot who's next, but yeah, we'll see. And then if we're gonna get Bahamut Fina sometime in the future, she's still the #1 magic tank. We're getting, as I said, Daisy in the future, great physical tank. We're gonna get Pone. We're gonna need Pone because those guys can imbue killers. They're so special. And then as for DPS, I can't really recommend any DPS because those Neo units are so strong. We might as well just wait for the Neo units before we pull for any DPS. Alright guys, oh, don't forget Vaughn too. Vaughn's a good breaker, can imperil 2 elements and give the AoE Mirage 3 turns in a row, so it casts it every turn automatically for you. So before you pull on Charlotte and Lasworm, you think, do you really need them? Because they're still important units we're gonna have to save for. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time. Remember to hit that like and subscribe.